Well, David, of course, you're renowned for living in beautiful, beautiful houses. And is it right that you're on planning a new one now?
Yeah, right.
Well, you could ask Mary for kitchen layout.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm quite good on kitchen layout.
Is there a must-have? Is there a must-have in your house, David?
Best pan, sorry.
What's the must-have in your house?
Oh my goodness, the must-have. A good set of pans.
Good.
Are you much of a cook?
Yeah, good set. I love cooking.
Do you?
I love cooking.
What's the signature then?
Well, I lived in Milan for about 11 months, and I had quite a relaxed schedule with the team. So in the afternoons, I used to go and take a culinary course for 5 months because the kids love pasta. So,
Victoria's not jolly lucky, isn't she?
Wow.
I know,
Yeah.
I know, but the kids love the pasta, so I'd say like a nice ragu and fresh pasta is signature.
Yeah.
Nice.
OK, well, we're going to move on to anniversaries now, aren't we? Because, well, let's just tell everyone when Mary's programme's on first. Mary's Country House Secrets begins on Wednesday. It's on at 8 p.m. on BBC One. And, of course, the kitchens, and we're talking about kitchens there. Windsor Castle will be very, very busy at the moment because the Queen and Prince Philip have gone platinum, everyone. They've gone platinum because it is their 70th wedding anniversary, and they are apparently hosting a private dinner to celebrate. So, yeah, Mary, can you take us back 51 years to your wedding day? What are your memories of that?
My wedding day, my father gave us £2,000 and he said, you can spend it on your wedding or it'll help you to get your first house. And it was a lot of money. And so we had a frugal wedding in a sort of almost army tent, and it was just tea. I made the cake. I had no time to do any of that sort of squirting, piping on it.
Nobody needs that squirty
Stars
stuff,
around the outside. And it was a very happy day. And after 51 years, it gets better.
Well, rarely do I hear anybody talking so wonderfully about their husband as you do.
He's a bit of all right.
He's a bit of a gem, isn't he? And it's been 18 years, David, since you and Victoria were married.
Yeah, 18 years.
That's gone in a flash, hasn't it?
It really has, really has.
What were the highlights for you of your wedding day? What sort of first dance, maybe? What was your first dance?
I'm not sure the first dance was a highlight. I would have to say, I think just the family being there. I think the family all coming together is such a special day, and any excuse to bring everyone together. So that was the special
Family's so important to you. Just before we came in, I knew you were having a little chat to your daughter before she went to bed.
Well, she goes to bed at 7, so I had to FaceTime her before she went to bed. So she was like, "Daddy, where are you?"
Yeah. Oh,
you know.
You're just checking she's done the homework before the school run tomorrow.
Well, let's head back 70 years to see who else got married in the same year as the royal couple.
On the 20th of November, 1947, Princess Elizabeth married Lieutenant Philip Mountbatten.
As well as the thousands of people who lined the streets on the way to Westminster Abbey, worldwide, over 200 million people listened to the coverage on the radio.
But the Duke of Edinburgh wasn't the only serving member of the Royal Navy that got married that year. The One Show have found 3 other young sailors who tied the knot in 1947 and are also celebrating their 70th wedding anniversary. Signalman David Jeffries and his wife Iris now live in Bristol, but met one night at a youth centre in Plymouth, and it was love at first sight.
I made up my mind when I spotted her the first day I saw her. I thought, that's a bit of all right.
But David, being in the Navy, was being constantly deployed around the world, so they spent very little time to get to know each other.
We've counted up the time that we were together before we were married, and it must have all told only been about 6 weeks until I was walking down the aisle and saw him there.
As rationing was still in force, the food for the wedding reception had to be stockpiled for months leading up to the big day.
During the war, a lot of brides didn't have a cake. It was made out of cardboard, just iced over. But luckily, seeing his father was a baker, we were able to have a 3-tier proper cake. So that was really something, that was, you know.
To celebrate their anniversary, David and Iris had a special tea party with family, including their 7 great-grandchildren.
Yes.
Able seaman Isaac Clement from Burnley went to a dance where he met one girl But another, called Margaret, caught his eye, and when she headed home for the evening, he decided she was the better choice.
My brother came and he said, "There's a sailor at top of the street, I think he's looking for you." So we went to the pictures, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's how it all started.
With your mum's permission.
Isaac was 20 years old and Margaret was just 16 and worked in the local textile mill. They got married just 12 weeks after they met.
We got engaged one week and married another week.
And she's still got the ring about her.
Yeah, it's still there, look.
Still there, look how
Still
thin
going.
it is. It cost 30 bob.
In the 1950s, they went to live in Australia, but soon returned as it wasn't for them, and went on to bring up a large family here.
As we grow older, we've got to love each other, and we can't about each other now.
And just like all the other couples, David and Kathleen Brown from Edinburgh also had a whirlwind romance. And it all started at a New Year's Eve party.
The night that I went to that party, David opened the door, and that was it. He went back that morning to meet my mum and dad, and then he had to go back to ship that day. And then he got a week's leave in February, and that was when we arranged our marriage. And we got married on the 12th of March.
At the time, David was 22 and a chief stoker in the Navy. And dairy worker Kathleen was 19. Their families were pretty shocked by their decision to get married so quickly.
Mother didn't think very much of it, to be quite honest. She thought it would never last, but we knew better than that, so we went ahead with it.
That's right.
Eventually, David left the Navy and became a train driver, while Kathleen became a homemaker. And they celebrated their anniversary with a get-together for the whole family.
To celebrate being married for 70 years is indeed a platinum achievement. But what do they think is the secret to a long and successful marriage?
If you've got problems of any kind, talk them out. Don't keep them bottled up.
That's right. When we get up, we give each other a kiss.
Yes.
Never go to bed on an argument. Always try to make it up before you go to bed.
That is very true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Never go to bed.
You can hear the agreement right across
Yeah,
Britain,
yes,
can't you?
yes.
This has just got out of the
Oh,
television.
lovely film, that. And a huge
Beautiful.
congratulations on 70 years of marriage to Iris and David, Margaret and Isaac, and Kathleen.
Let's give a huge round of applause to everybody who's celebrating a marvellous anniversary, whatever it is. And actually, let's keep the applause going, because we're now joined by Team Rickshaw! Who, over the last week, pedalled, well, and the Children in Need Rickshaw 500 miles from this very studio 2 Thursdays ago, all the way to Glasgow. We arrived on the Children in Need night. Huge turnout for the arrival, and a huge total, Al, as well. It was mad, wasn't it?
Massive total. I mean, even you were shocked, weren't you?
Yes. We were all shocked. I mean, it was over 5 million. You'll see it pop up in a second. 5,063,000. Ben, what did you think when you saw it? Because it jumped up somewhat, didn't it, in the week?
Yeah, no, it was just weird thinking about it, like, because we've just been going, not, like, wondering the whole way about what the total was. Like, doing it for what all our reasons we were doing it for.
Yeah.
And then to get to the end and see how big the total was, it was amazing, really. Didn't expect it at all.
Yeah. And Liv, I mean, it was clear from watching you every day that you really enjoyed the challenge. Yeah. But how do you feel that you've changed then as a person since? Because it did have quite a profound effect on you, didn't it?
Yeah, it really did. I mean, I feel like I've grown so much more in confidence, and I feel like I really just want to set so many goals for myself after this. Like, I've even been thinking about doing Tough Mudder, possibly. So I would love to, you know, just keep going and setting those goals.
And it's done remarkable for your confidence. I mean, look how cool you look sitting next to David Beckham. I mean,
who wouldn't be?
It's quite remarkable, it really is. And Greg, I mean, we had some ride up the Kirkstone Pass there, and you wanted to do that on your own. You didn't want any of us to touch the rickshaw or help you at all. You know, you put in a huge amount of effort and went down in cycling history to get that bike up to the top of there. So what do you think this has done for you?
I mean, I feel more determined to, like, push towards my own goals.
Yeah.
So, like, going all the way uphill, because it was quite a long way, I felt like I need to push harder, I need to keep going. I didn't want anybody's help. We had 2 other rickshaw riders along next to us.
Yeah.
They always try, they're always there for supporting us. So like try to push us if we need it. And I've always looked at them like, don't push me.
Push it.
I just want to get to the top myself. So I think there's determination.
Do you know, in that one day, right? If you added all the different climbs that we did in that one day, it was 4 times the height of the Shard.
Oh, get off.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that mad? Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Oh, well done. Oh, in that weather. And me and Mary were saying when we were so cold and the weather was against you, and it was so tough. And you know, David, so many other children last week were inspired by what these 6 managed to do. It's so important, isn't it? You know, as you've seen with your work with UNICEF.
It's so important because we all want great role models to look up to and to aspire to be. And, you know, what better way of, you know, being able to look up to people than young children like this that have made such a difference, raised so much money and done it just out of the good of their hearts because this is what they believe in. And it's just, it really is incredible what you've all done. It's incredible.
And Shauna, on that note, for anybody that's watching this, what do you hope that they've taken away from what you've got up to in the last 9 days?
I hope that they've find inspiration in us 6 and they believe that anything's possible.
Yeah. Anything is possible, absolutely, especially when you've got friends around you and you stick together and you do things as a team. Yeah.
And for you, Ben, I suppose the big thing that helped was having Amy there at certain points during, because we've all come to understand how close your bond is and how much your sister means to you. You have had some bad news, unfortunately. Amy's had a seizure, hasn't she? But we think, is she doing okay?
I think she's all right. We haven't really had any updates from yesterday, but she wasn't too good yesterday, so I'm hoping she'll be all right.
Well, I thought so.
But her support was something else, wasn't it, for you along the way?
Yeah, you could. You just lit up the minute you saw her. It was phenomenal.
You only have to say 2 words to Ben to get him to the finish line really quickly.
Amy's here.
No. Chicken nuggets. He knows. He knows. And Saba, you were on dialysis yesterday. And we had to obviously build dialysis into the route as we went along. But what do you think that this whole experience has given you? Because we were out a lot and you were travelling around, you had that machine with you.
It's gave me a sense of freedom. It's always been there, but experiencing it firsthand, like this, from London to Scotland, whilst doing dialysis and going on the rickshaw, it just gave me a new mindset of, you know, I don't need to be bound to my bedroom, or I can go out and do dialysis in other places.
And we guess you took the same away, Luke, because you look stronger than ever.
Yeah, you know, just the training and then the challenge itself, it helped me be stronger than I ever been, as you've just said. It helped me become more independent, and because of that, I'm going to keep up with the cycling, you know, keep on my exercise bike at home and things like that. So,
You've got to sort a trike. We've got to sort you one out. Honestly, Luke, we will. We will. We'll make sure it happens. But do you know what? It was some bike ride, and it was a phenomenal effort. So, once again, a huge round of applause. And thank you for all of your company as well. I really enjoyed it. I really did.
Thanks so much to everyone, of course, who's donated. And if you still haven't, or if you missed it, you were away, there is still time.
Yeah, there is. You can donate £5 by texting the word TEAM to 70405.
To donate £10, just text the word TEAM to 70410.
Or to donate £20, text the word TEAM to 70420.
Those texts will cost your donation plus your standard network message charge, and all of your donation will go to BBC Children in Need.
You must be 16 or over. Please do ask for the bill. Pays permission for full terms and conditions. Please go to bbc.co.uk/Pudsey, where you can also donate any amount you like.
Yes, thank you so much. All of your donations, everything you give, goes to help the lives of children in the UK. And I just want to say as well, I'm sure lots of people at home want to say a big thank you to you, Matt.
Pleasure.
And to everybody else that
It's my pleasure, and it is my privilege to do it. And I have to say, in the 7 years that we've done it, we've now raised over 21 million. So thanks to everybody at home who's donated over the years. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But that's all we've got time for. Big thanks to David and, of course, to Mary for joining us tonight.
Yes,
thank you.
And a huge congratulations again to Team Rickshaw. Tomorrow, Hollywood brothers James and Dave Franco will be here. We'll see you then. Have a great evening.
Good night. From all of us, good night. What a full show.